Hey, everybody, this is Alan Fine, and I'm here with Kevin Smith. You know, we know him from all of our different interviews with him and his father. He is the chief sales officer for Sea Cloud Cruises. Here's the funny part. As he says, we did a wrestling tag team where I came in, we slapped hands, and he left the ship. And then we said, how are we going to interview? So we're doing this thing we've never done before, a live Zoom from the ship. And I am now in, where am I? Tell us where I am.
Yeah, well, first of all, it was great to see you on Thursday night. Thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, I'm not in the library on board Sea Cloud 2, but you are. So congratulations to you. Yeah, you are in a beautiful room. Our library that's on board Sea Cloud 2, perfect fit, great relaxation room. My favorite part of the ship.
All right, Kevin, where are we now?
You are in one of my favorite places, the lounges on board Sea Cloud 2. One of my favorite parts, Alan, if you could do me a favor and walk back over, it's got a great little bar area. And this is something we don't have on board the Spirit. So when you think about those nights where you have your Steinway piano and the pianist is playing, you have a great bar set up where you can sit down, have a cocktail, enjoy the music, enjoy a lecture. I think actually you're on a cultivated journey right now, aren't you?
I am. Tell us who's on. Well, tell us about the historian.
Yeah, so Dr. Cressy, which is absolutely a great merge for Sea Cloud, especially given that it's 250 years of America's independence. You know, he's a historian, right? So talk about all things George Washington and the independence of America.
And what is this right here?
Yeah, Alan. So on all of our vessels, we have these water stations. So if you haven't seen it already in your room, you have a beautiful flask. Actually, I have mine right here in my drawer next to me in my kitchen. And so we put these flasks in everybody's staterooms, and we have these water stations throughout the vessels for people to kind of fill up as they go to eliminate some plastic.
Now, Kevin, where are we now?
All right, now you are in the main restaurant on board the Sea Cloud 2. So thank you for going into the dining room because it's obviously such an importance, whether we're doing our traditional cruises or our cultivated journeys, where we have a chef on board that's assisting our line cooks and our executive chef on board the ship. But dining is done a little bit different on Sea Cloud cruises versus everybody else. So a number of the nights we will have dinner on the Lido deck, which is a buffet style in some ways. And then 4 or 3 nights on board the cruise, we'll have the dinner in the main dining room. I believe last night was your captain's welcome dinner that everybody had in the main dining room. So on our 5 to 7 course meals that we plate, it'll always be down in the main dining room. Breakfast is served in the main dining room, and then lunch is typically done out on the Lido deck, assuming that we're in perfect weather conditions. If not, it'll be down in the main dining room. And then again, you'll have 3 to 4 amazing dinners down in the main dining room.
And so while we're here, let's talk about the fact that the ship is able to go to very difficult places to dock. You can go anywhere you want, really. Let's talk about unique itineraries that you guys do.
So the beauty is your boat right there can have the ability to anchor in 19 feet of water. So it only needs 19 feet of water to get into harbor. It's a great ship that gives you a lot of access. When I'm looking at the North American market and everybody saying, what's your top performing cruise? It's very simple. It's anything that touches Malta. Malta round trip, sailing around Sicily for 9 days. I mean, it's gangbusters. We open it up, it sells out. So those destinations are really rich for us. Anything that goes into the Amalfi Coast, down the French Riv. In the future, we are opening up into Bordeaux. So think about those river cruisers that have done the wine region and want to go back and experience it in a different way. You know, Gary Murphy always said, oceans take you to countries and rivers take you through. The beauty with Sea Cloud is we can get upstream. So when you're looking at what we do and how we deliver a product, it's very similar to those river cruises, right? Because we get into the heart of city. Now, why is that important? Because you're dodging an hour to 2 hours on a bus, commuting in and out of these great cities. It's giving you more access into the heart of these European destinations, which is absolutely fabulous. But again, Malta, Greece, Athens round trip, sailing around beautiful little Greek isles. We don't do Mykonos. We don't do Santorini. I mean, again, when we talk about our vessels, we're talking about 64, 94, and 136. We're small. We're intimate. We don't want to go where everybody else wants to go.
All right, Kev, where are we now?
It looks like you're in the bridge. I don't know how many cruise lines let you do an interview from the bridge, Alan. I don't know if you got some kind of seniority on that vessel already on day 2, or if it's just an open bridge policy. I think it's an open bridge policy, but you still have that seniority in my book. This is phenomenal, right? Like, this is just so interesting to be able to go into these bridges. One of the things with our guests is they're just so tied into the nautical culture that screams Sea Cloud, right? Sailing is in our DNA. I mean, look at this. You're in the bridge. You have all this access. That's how he sails the vessel right there. And then you have all of these flags underneath. What's interesting is every time we go into a new country, we raise their flag. So look at how many flags you have there. You know, typically on a cruise line that does a lot of rotations, they don't need to carry this many flags because they don't go to that many places. At Sea Cloud Cruises, we don't do a lot of rotations. We're somewhere new just about every week, especially in the Mediterranean. So we gotta have a whole, I mean, it looks like you're at the UN right now.
I see some room for expansion.
Yeah, I do. We do have a couple of spots down there. We're gonna have to find some new destinations to go into. Good point.
So my question, we just came off of asking about itineraries. Let's talk about, there's 3 ships. One ship is the newest. It's the Spirit. And then we have the one I'm on now, Sea Cloud 2. And then there's the one that's being refurbed, which is the Sea Cloud. Let's talk about all of them and who's the right guest for each one. I guess the one for Sea Cloud has to have patience. That's that guest.
Yeah. You know, obviously, hey, listen, I mean, when you look at the history and the legacy of this company, and the original Sea Cloud was built by Marjorie Mayweather Post nearly 100 years ago. So we're bringing that vessel in for a major refurbishment to celebrate her big birthday coming up. And that vessel currently sits at 64 passengers. We're reducing that capacity. The number that we're landing on has not been set yet, but it sounds like we'll be reducing it to close to half of 64, which is going to make an amazing experience. So if you have that person that wants that small, intimate setting, you know, that's the great ship for them. Sea Cloud 2, which you're on, was built in 2001, although, I mean, you can attest to this, it certainly doesn't feel that old, but beautiful vessel. I mean, it's hard to believe that that ship's turning 30 in a few years. Very well taken care of, absolutely fabulous. It's my favorite ship to sail on. It's just small, it's intimate. When we get back to that Lido deck, you'll really see how kind of intimate it truly is, and brings our guests close together. And I'd say, you know, from Sea Cloud to Sea Cloud 2, you see a lot of similarities in the hardware, right? It kind of pays the homage to the true tall ship sailing in that elegant state. And then in 2021, we built our largest ship that sits at 136 passengers, and she's unlike anybody else. You know, she's very much a bright colored ship. A lot of natural light, very modern. You know, it's funny, I always say it's our younger ship, but quite frankly, if you have mobility issues, it's the best ship for you because, as you know, these Sea Cloud and Sea Cloud 2 do not have an elevator. So the only vessel that we have in our fleet that has an elevator is the Sea Cloud Spirit. And in addition to an elevator, it also has veranda stateroom. So the only kind of sailboat where you can actually have a veranda. Now, Alan, where you're at right now, at some point, our guests are going to climb up into that first crow's nest. What time is it? In about an hour, your time. The guests took the physical the other day, and they're going to be able to climb up to the top there.
I will be there, and I will capture that footage and put it right over this part of the interview.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. I won't do it because I don't like heights, but I appreciate people like you that do it and share the photos with us.
Okay. Where are we now?
Yeah. So now you're at the Lido deck, and this is what I consider to be the heart and soul of the vessel. again, you have a soft breakfast there. A majority of your lunches are there. A few of your dinners are there. Tomorrow you're in Martinique, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. So tomorrow you have Big Fish Day. And so tomorrow we'll be serving these amazing tunas on the side of the vessel where we cut them up and serve sashimi, tartare, and some grilled tuna steaks as well. And then you always have a great bartenders right at your side. I mean, just look at the liveliness of this vessel. I mean, it just creates everybody, puts everybody together for a wonderful time. And then I think you had a steel drum band on board last night entertaining.
Oh,
correct?
yeah. Let me show you footage while you talk about that.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So we like to bring on local entertainment. Again, there's a lot of similarities that you find with river cruising. So bringing on that local entertainment to be entertained throughout the evening is a great personal touch that we can deliver.
Well, I think it's also your imagination is captured. You're both in the moment, in the present moment, and you're in the past at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's that Jimmy Buffett song? Switched from sails to steam. We should have never switched to steam. We should have always kept it sails.
There's an all-inclusive product. Is that for everyone now? Just the U.S.? How does that work?
Yeah, so great question, Alan. We were in the office, let's say, it was 2 months ago, and this conversation came up because right now only the North American travelers have the all-inclusive package, right? And that all-inclusive is port charges, taxes, gratuities, beverages, and then your choice of a Shorex in each location. The problem with us versus the European market is the European market's been established since the 80s, right? So that consumer knew us a certain way. When we were opening up the office here in the States, Morel and I believed it was extremely important for us to tap into that luxury sector to have that all-inclusive feel. We are talking about bringing the pricing closer together between the two markets and having that experience vessel wide on the all-inclusive approach. But that will not affect anything in 26 or in 27. That'll be a 2028. And speaking of 2027, I don't know if anybody's got it yet, but the new brochure just got delivered last week and it looks absolutely fabulous. So please feel free to jump on our website and order a brochure at your convenience.
Next question. Let's talk about travel advisors. This is our whole point. This is going out to our 125,000 travel advisors. Let's talk about your incentives and how they can find out more. Maybe you got FAM trips. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we conduct a number of FAM trips each year. The great thing about the growing organization, and again, we know the importance of having the advisors on board, right? It's all about education and experience. It's hard to sell what you haven't experienced yourself. We understand that. We try to do our best to put advisors on. We always have advisor rates available. So please feel free to call the 800 number, ask for reservations. They simply send me an email and we can approve it as long as we have the space. FAMs, we'll have a number of FAMs coming up in, let's see, what did we have? July, we'll have a FAM, and then September and October, we'll have a FAM. We're doing so our partnerships with the consortia level are with Virtuoso and Signature. Now, not all our business comes from just Virtuoso and Signature. We do have partners that we work that are not part of certain consortias. And what they do is they come to us and they work directly with myself, the sales team, and the reservations team. And we find an agreement that works for them as well. So when you're booking with a preferred partner of ours, you receive a $50 per person onboard credit, and that's per day. So you're looking at a $50 per person per day onboard credit. So $100 stateroom credit per person or per cabin per day. Really great value there. I mean, even though it's an all-inclusive product, we do have some shore excursions that are of a premium level with a cost, but also the spa. The spa is a great place for people to use their onboard credits. And that's where we're seeing it's kind of easy for us to go into the Virtuosos and the Signatures and say, hey, we're all inclusive. And with your onboard credit, it includes basically an open spa for the week. So obviously we have conducted our masterclass. It was a 3-part series that kind of walks you through the history of Sea Cloud, the why you sell Sea Cloud, the where we go, and the who's the best client. In addition to that, it's not just about the amenities that we give to the clients while they're on board. There's so much more that we offer, right? So from an advisor standpoint, when you're looking at building your business with C-Cloud, 5 cabins is a group with us, right? So once you hit your 5th cabin sold, your 11th passenger is your TC. So that's great to go out if you need to host a voyage, if you need to bring on a piper to host a voyage. Those are all opportunities that are easily achieved. When I look at the luxury sector now, I see that everybody's moving their group numbers, and that goalpost is getting further away. We're trying to keep it as close to possible for our advisors because we want you to be successful in promoting our product. And in addition to that, we have a great sales team as well as access to myself. Whenever you need anything, feel free to reach out. I mean, listen, you all work 7 days a week. It's up to us to be able to support you. I mean, Alan, you're fantastic. It's Sunday afternoon, right? Like, I don't know how many Sunday shows we do, but it's just, that's our industry. Our guests are on the road, and it's important for us to be there to support y'all.
Great. Now, website, what's the URL they should use?
Yeah, I mean, you can go right on to ccloud.com. The reservations is reservations@ccloud.com. I'm simple. I'm ksmith@ccloud.com. My cell phone number is 818-530-6979. Whenever anybody needs anything, shoot me a text, call me, drop me an email. I'm always available. So is the team behind us. We understand the importance of showcasing this product. We understand the importance of getting advisors on board. It's been amazing what we've accomplished. We've gotten close to 30% of the market share is coming from the States. That number will grow in the future. And we're looking to have a great 50-50 split. And the beauty is our clients all travel for the same passion, no matter where they're coming from in the globe. They want that smaller, more intimate luxury experience that goes to unique destinations. That immersive approach into destination is what we deliver on.
Are you guys still the unicorns at sea?
Yeah. Yes, we still refer to ourselves as the unicorns at sea.
And why is that?
It's just because we're that mythological creature, right? We have the history, we have the legacy. There's nobody else like us. I mean, listen, there's expedition ships putting sails up now, trying to create what we've created. We are that unique vessel that truly is one of a kind. So yeah, we still call ourselves the unicorns of the sea, although more and more people are starting to see the unicorn. So
look who I just bumped into. Huh? Look who I just bumped into.
Oh my gosh.
Man, what you doing on here?
Look at you working.
He looks like a brand ambassador. That's Matthew McConaughey. No, it's not. He looks like Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey couldn't be.
Kevin, let me introduce you to your dad.
Yeah. Hey,
what are you doing? Don't you try to cut in on me.
Listen, man, you think you're the only one working on a Sunday? Yeah, it's wrong.
Hey, I'm making you money. I'm making what?
You know who's making us money right now? Alan. Getting this out to all these great advisors.
Alan is making us money, and you're not paying him enough.
I'm just happy to be here. Let's leave it like that. And thank you for talking to us as we walk the whole ship and talking about sales. I hope our travel advisors take advantage and speak with you, and they also maybe speak with this guy.
I hope they do.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.